everybody, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me for my comic book review for this week in June 2012. I've been real busy these past few days and I'm trying my best to squeeze this filming in. I've probably got enough time to maybe do 1 or 2 takes, so if I mess up real bad, oh well, I just got to keep rolling with it. I got 9 books to cover here too. I'm going to start with DC and end with Marvel this time. This is probably going to be one of those weeks where you're going to get some critique that you might not expect, and there's going to be a lot of score matching. Maybe scores matching with my pick of the week, but what makes pick of the week is the book I enjoyed the most. So I'm just rambling. Let's get started. It's damn near midnight right now as I am filming this, so I am very tired. I am going to go ahead and try and do one of these review shows. I'm going to start off with Batgirl number 10. Gail Simone. I don't have my hat on, but I will put my hat on and take my hat off for you in salute to your greatness. Death from Above. Probably one of the most overused titles in almost anything, but I can forgive it. Of course, Gail Simone is still writing this. This is still a very fantastic series in my opinion. Aletha Martinez. I hope I pronounced that name properly. The first name anyway. Alitha. Aletha. Sounds like I got a lisp. Yeah, this is a very nice story here. We got Batgirl dealing with some common thugs in a parking garage or whatever, and once again, she's no slouch when it comes to ass weapons, and I love that. And in this particular issue, Gail Simone does a great job reminding us about Barbara's emotional strength. And something really bad happens to one of the thugs that she's fighting, and instead of intimidating him or scaring him even further, she stays with him because he gets his legs snapped in a bear trap. Minor spoiler there. I gotta do some minor spoiling here. But he gets his legs snapped in a bear trap of all things, and instead of and he's just freaking out, and she talks to him. She's like, "Come on, calm down. I'm here. And I'm like, wow, very nicely done. Nice touch. Really well done. Gail's hitting it with this writing. And we see some very rich, high society people with dark pasts and everything. And see some really good action, really good storytelling. But this right here shows that we remember how sweet Barbara is. Even when she even cares about the life of a common thug, or it's like they have lives too, and she hasn't forgot it. It's very well done. Nice cliffhanger at the end of the book, leading to a nightfall storytelling here. But yeah, very nice, very nicely done. It's not the greatest book I've ever read in the world. Yeah, as much as I am such a fanboy for Gail Simone. But I gotta say, this was really good. I enjoyed it. I can't lie. If I enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. Fanboy or not. Pick of the week. Already. Pick of the week goes to Batman number 10. Why did I pick this? Because it's Batman. And I'm a fanboy. It's Batman. Yeah. I had heard, I wasn't able to get my books on the day they came out. I had to wait a couple days until I got paid. And all the past, the 2 days leading up to me buying this and reading it, I was hearing all kinds of shit about how awesome this was. I tried my best to read the reviews that didn't have spoilers in it because I really wanted to see what this was about. Everybody was buzzing about it on Tumblr and on Twitter. And I was just like, God, I want to know what this is all about. And then I read this and I went, holy shit. Really? damn! Yet another twist with Batman that I didn't think DC would be able to do. This is a twist. This is a swerve that I didn't know if DC would be able to pull something like this off or not without it being a win or a fail. And then I read it and I'm like, wow, this is a win. This is pure win. Because it's got me amped. It's got me wanting issue 11 so bad. It's another one of those two-story split issues. The first story deals with the whole dun-dun-dun reveal, to Bruce, and it's whoa. My jaw dropped when I read this reveal. I'm like, no fucking way. And then I read the second story about, from the viewpoint of Jarvis Pennyworth, Alfred's father. I'm not going to spoil a damn thing. All I'm going to say is this was nothing short of phenomenal, awesome. If you're a Batman fan, just forget about the Night of the Owls for just, this is a tie-in to the, this does continue storytelling based off the Court of the Owls and stuff like that, but, as a Batman issue all itself, it is just incredible. Wasn't perfect, but it was an incredible read and an issue of Batman that I would highly recommend you buy. It's well worth your $4. Just awesome. Alright, moving on. Batman and Robin number 10, The War of the Robins. Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason. They give us a story here, called, War of the Robins. You got pretty much every Robin here. You got Dick, Damian, Tim, and even Jason Todd in here. And it's not so much really a War of the Robins as you would see depicted on the cover. The cover's a little bit misleading. All this basically is, when you take away the darkness in the artwork and the very, very finely written story, all this really basically is three of the Robins, the three main Robins, Dick, Damian, and Tim, basically just bickering at each other, just arguing like brothers. That's basically all this is. And the real selling point of the issue comes in a confrontation between Damian and Tim. And that's basically it. I mean, Damian uses some very, very, very good tactics, and of course he's a prick, but he uses some very good tactics to get Tim to confess something that I'm not going to spoil. But it was very, very odd in the beginning, but it got better as the story progressed, and something happens in the Batcave, and when I saw it, I went, ooh, Bruce is going to be pissed. But, yeah, that's basically all this was the Robins weren't actually, dueling to the death or anything like that. They were just bickering. That's pretty much it. It was a good read, but the cover was a little bit misleading. Alright, moving on. Green Lantern number 10. Indigo Rising. Yeah. My opinion on Jeff Johns when it comes to this series has not changed. Still relying on what the fuck moments over good storytelling. And don't get me wrong, there is good storytelling in here, but Jeff Johns likes to rely on those, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, kinds of moments, especially with Green Lantern. I mean, he does it in Aquaman too, but I feel like he does it even worse with Green Lantern. And there's still that part of me that wishes he would write Green Lantern as well as he does Aquaman, because I just think Aquaman's the superior Jeff Johns series. I mean, like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Jeff Johns' Justice League sucks shit through a straw. But Green Lantern is still a solid series, still very well done. It was better before the relaunch, in my opinion, but it's still a solid series. I mean, it's not disastrous, but it's still still very solid. And the last page, I got to admit, yes, it was a what the fuck moment, but Jeff, you got my attention again with Green Lantern. I will give you that. Nice touch with the ending of the book. Very nicely done. I did like the resurrection, so to speak, of the Indigo Tribe, because the cover obviously spoils it, but it made sense, so to speak, and the person who helps Hal and the little guy that creates the lantern, the person who steps in and helps, didn't really see that coming, and I applaud Jeff for that. It's a solid series, not the best, but it's still pretty good, and I'm happy I'm still on board for now. Alright, we're ending DC with Suicide Squad number 10. Harley Quinn returns. This book was good. Okay. Just in time to fight the Basilisk. This book was just okay. To me, the character that's outshining everybody is still Amanda Waller. It's still, I miss Fat Waller. I miss Fat Amanda Waller. I mean, that was her iconic look, and her character development, like I said, is still intact. She's still the biggest bitch in the DC universe. She just don't give a fuck about anything as long as the job is done. It's like the Suicide Squad members keep threatening her, keep bickering and bitch, and she's just like, I don't fucking care. I love that, but it's like, I don't like that DC copped out to have her look like Angela Bassett just because of the goddamn Green Lantern movie. I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that she is the one that outshines everybody on the squad. It's at times, not consistently, but at certain periods of time when I read issues of Suicide Squad, I'm like, why is this book called Suicide Squad? It should be called Amanda Waller's Bitches. Because basically how she treats them, and it's a good thing for character development, but she's overshining the main focus of the book, which is the squad itself. This was a good read, but it needs to pick back up. I mean, it was a solid series. It's a solid series, don't get me wrong, but it slips a little bit in this issue, and I really think it needs to be picked back up a little bit. It was good, but not as good as I wanted it to be. Alright, we're moving on to Marvel. This is gonna hurt. This is really gonna hurt. Starting Marvel off with the world's greatest superhero, The Amazing Spider-Man, 687. Now, I warned everybody on Twitter that you might not appreciate my non-fanboy style critique of this book. Alright, as a comic book reader, as a comic book fan in general, this was okay. As a Spider-Man fan, I didn't like this at all. This isn't the first time Marvel's let me down with Spider-Man, of course, but when I say that, it's not the first time Marvel has given me a great Spider-Man story and ended it poorly. This conclusion really disappointed me. As the conclusion to Ends of the Earth, a story that had such phenomenal potential to be just as great as Spider Island was, if not maybe even better. This conclusion just fell flat. Where do I begin? Okay, the mind-controlled Avengers. That cliffhanger from the last issue leading up to this was great. Great move by Dan Slott. And Dan, I know you're one of my subscribers, and if you're watching, hey, I'm sorry, I love you, man, but, you know, It's like, if you really do watch my reviews, and I've spoken to you in the past, but hey, yeah, you know me. I'm brutally honest. I can't lie. I was really let down with this. The mind-controlled Avengers fight. Oh, Dan, you had to cop out and use one of the oldest cliches in the book. Have the heroes that aren't possessed and mind-controlled go, stop! Remember who you are! You're one of us! You're our friend! Huh? I remember! I'm like, how many times has that scenario been done? I'm willing to bet it's been literally done over 1 billion times. And the scenario with Rhino, Spider-Man, and Silver Sable, that particular style of storytelling has been done to death as well. Two heroes need to get by one big villain. One of the heroes goes, don't worry about me, just go, just go, just go. I've seen that in so many books, so many TV shows, so many movies. That's another cliche that's been done to death. And the final fight between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus, this was the one time something that I predicted would happen didn't happen. Spoiler alert, Dr. Octopus did not die. But the fight was just dull. It dragged on. I tried so hard to keep my attention focused on this fight between Doc Ock. In my opinion, this was not one of the best fights between Otto and Peter. Could have been a lot better. Another recycled fight scheming tactic that's been done between Peter and Otto before. Peter's trapped. He's bound up because of something Otto does, or because Doc Ock has got his arms tied up around Peter. He can't break free. He's like, gotta use my spider strength. Think of all the people that are depending on me. And I'm like, oh my God, really? How cliche and how predictable can you get? I mean, the only thing that didn't happen was Peter didn't start, thinking to himself, I gotta do this for Aunt May. Aunt May would want me to do this for her. I'm sure Uncle Ben would still want me to keep going. And I gotta think about Mary Jane. He didn't do that. And I'm kind of surprised Dan didn't write that. But, and then to top it all off, the end of the book, Peter just goes, somebody died. And we never get a clear-cut answer as to why. This could have... and then we're told that we need to buy the next issue of Avenging Spider-Man to read an epilogue to find out what happened between Rhino and Silver Sable. As if Marvel hasn't taken enough of our money. We gotta waste another $4 to find out what happened in an epilogue from a different Spider-Man series. They could have just took the epilogue and crammed it in here and made it a giant-sized conclusion that maybe could have costed $5. But no, Marvel got greedy. They want more of our money. They want us to spend they want us to spend our money on a dying Spider-Man series that I don't give a shit about. And I've already made up my mind. I'm not going to buy that issue of Avenging Spider-Man because I don't really care anymore. The overall delivery of this conclusion really disappointed me. It let me down. It was stuck. It was just filled to the brim with cliches and predictability. It really fell flat. I hate to say it. As a Spider-Man fan, Spider-Man is my favorite character, and to say this, it hurts me. If you loved the conclusion of this, if you loved this issue, then that's fine. I got nothing against you. It's perfectly fine. If you loved it, that's great. It doesn't bother me at all. But me, I didn't like this at all, and I'm sorry to do this, Pete, but God, that could have been so much better than it was. Let's move on. Fantastic Four, number 607. Oh, by the way, get a good look at this, because once Matt Fraction gets on Fantastic Four, I'm done. Jonathan Hickman, it's good to see Black Panther again. But as a... This was just okay. The best thing... To me, the best thing about this issue was the fact that Wakanda's symbol is the Thundercats logo. That was the best part of the book. I mean, I didn't really feel anything with this. It's not the worst stuff Hickman's ever done with the Fantastic Four, but this was just okay. I mean, I saw the Thundercats logo more than once, and that was pretty cool, but that was the best part. I'm serious. This was just, And it's like we only see Reed and Sue there. Where's Johnny and Ben? Why did they stay behind? Why didn't they join them to Wakanda? Hickman, I'm sorry, man. You can do better than this. I'm sorry. Moving on. Scarlet Spider, number 6. Yeah, here we go. Scarlet Spider, number 6. Yost and Stegman still do a fun job, a great job with this. This is still a very fun and solid series. Nothing really kind of happened in here. You know, this is still a solid, enjoyable read. Very fun. Loved it. And, you know, of course the cover, you know, should tell you it's Kane versus the returning Kravinoff family. Anna Kravinoff, the daughter of Kraven the Hunter, is coming back, and she's decided. You know, she tells Kane in this during a little tussle here. She's like, I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to hunt you. And I went, nice dialogue. Kane's starting to, according to the Kravinoff family, he's getting soft. He's starting to care for certain people in Houston. He's growing a conscience, so to speak. I like the direction the series is going in. It's very fun. You know, it's not the best series in the world, but it's one of the most fun that Marvel's got out right now, and it's a series that I still highly recommend. It's not too late to jump on board with Scarlet Spider. You know, if you want jaw-dropping, you know, epic storytelling, you might not get it here, in my opinion, but it's fun, enjoyable, good. It's nice to see a Spider-Man related hero. And I loved one of the advertisements I read. It's like, does whatever a Spider-Man can't. Or, yeah, I loved it. That was great. I mean, all the power, none of the responsibility. We get a spider hero that don't give a shit, and it's great. It's just fun. All right, we're gonna end this review with X-Men Legacy 268. Christos Gage, I salute you, and I give you a fist bump. This is good. You got me to give a shit about Frenzy. This is a complete 100% focus on Frenzy, and it is really good. I'm serious. Christos Gage, this is another testament to the fact that Gage has saved this series. He got me to give a shit about Frenzy. Frenzy is nowhere near one of my favorite X-Men characters, but wow, this was very well done. Good storytelling, dark background storytelling as well for Frenzy. Very nice. It's been used. This kind of storytelling has been used before, yes, but here it works because I'm getting to know this character better, and I support this. I really support Christos Gage. Marvel, keep Gage on this book for as long as you possibly can, because he is doing such wonderful work for this series. Very well done. It's nothing really spectacular. It's a one-shot style story concerning Frenzy, helping people out with their problems. She's getting help from the Stepford Cuckoos, and it's just nothing short of sweet, fun, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's very well done, and I am really amped for the next issue because a certain blonde is coming back into the fold, and one of my favorite rivalries from the past is being reignited, and I am so looking forward to the next issue. Christos Gage, I once again salute you. You're doing a fantastic job with X-Men Legacy. Alright, that's all I got for this week, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and to my other channel, Blugoblin X. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Tumblr. You won't regret it. You'll have fun with it. I promise. And we had no interference from my EarthTube counterpart this week. So, yay. Thanks again for watching, everybody. And until next time, I'll see you later.